Hi everybody, this is Gammy and we are here in Baltimore because I got pretty lucky with this one. So the biggest hype this week, or well the past week because it's a Sunday, is the Acela. They've finally been launched after a million years of being, delayed due to a lot of testing issues and all that stuff. So finally this past Thursday, they finally unleashed them to the public, and thanks to people leaving this area between DC and Baltimore for Labor Day, the ticket prices are pretty cheap. And by cheap, I mean the NextGen tickets are $34. So as much as I'm a frugal person, a very frugal person, I couldn't pass up on it. So yeah, we're doing it. Now, I did have plans to come here earlier and then just do a couple of other things, like filming and all that stuff, but after a series of events that I will blame on the blue, orange, and silver, yeah. Before the train comes, I'll just say this, I really do love the look of this station, both interior and exterior wise. Gonna feel weird that there's gonna be supposedly a next station built behind the tracks, and then this is going to be something else. So yeah, really Baltimore, anti-foaming windows, shaking my head. So supposedly this is the alleged area where they're gonna build the new station plus some TOD developments. Certainly that's for something that's like in the long distance future. I think right now their main focus is the Frederick Douglass Tunnel. All right, they're officially confirming the boarding. Here we go. All right, chat, we're doing it. Here we go, car one. I'm just kidding. No, I picked car three because yeah, I ain't spending that much money. I think it was like about $105, but yeah, no, $34. It's fine for me. There we go, we about to get in. Alright, restrooms, super cool. Awesome. Here's a review of the footrest bar. It is pretty easy to disengage, and for somebody who's like around 5'2", 5'3", I could get good use out of it. And then here's me trying to open up the tray, and as you can tell, I have not seen any NextGen Acela footage, so everything is completely new to me. It's not bad. At least there is like say a little indent to put in your cup, or if you just want just an independent cup holder, at least you have one without opening up the tray, as I have opened up. And also, thank goodness the charger is in the middle. Makes life so much easier. And yes, there is a reclining feature that does require moving the bottom seat, which makes the ride even more comfortable. So what I have been aware of is a lot of people have been complaining about the speed of the Acela. It does go at 160 miles per hour, but only on very certain parts of the Northeast corridor. I didn't put too much focus on the speed because I was mostly focused on the overall aspects of this NextGen Acela. I did notice how quick we were accelerating, and I did notice some slow spots we went due to congestion. Which, to deviate for a bit, that is the reason why I'm not really focusing on the speed, because my expectations of the speeds have been quite lower just because of the many factors that we have with what goes on with the Northeast Corridor. You have traffic from other Amtrak services like the Northeast Regional and various other long distance that runs along the Northeast Corridor, and you have commuter trains from local transit agencies. You also got a series of multiple projects going on to improve the Northeast Corridor, like the Frederick Douglass Tunnel and the soon-to-be finished Portal Bridge nearby New York. And lastly, there is a lot of twisty bits. At least between here and Baltimore, the only issue is the old tunnel that runs in a tiny bit of a zigzag for some reason. But the worst offender actually has to be Connecticut and a tiny bit of Rhode Island. During my night owl, well, should I say the long delayed day owl trip to Boston, I've learned the hard way as to why this is such a very brutal part. My goodness. But slowly and steadily, the Northeast Corridor is slowly getting improved. Emphasis on slowly though. But all in all, this ride was very comfortable. I was a little bit skeptical about the seats, but I got used to it. It's not that extremely stiff. I imagine that eventually, once people sit more on these seats, it'll become a little bit more like softer. My only gripe is that when it comes to select seating, past Baltimore, that kind of gets thrown out the window, so it becomes a free-for-all, which, yeah, I don't like that. I've heard similar cases happen to that from northbound, with people from Providence experiencing that situation. If that's the case, then there's really no reason for like me to book in a ticket and then just book in a seat. Just let it be known that it's a free-for-all. Now, would I use this again? Most likely not. Maybe if I want to consider a points run, I may do it. And that does remind me, I do need to try the old gen salads, so there's also that. But it's cool to see this finally here. The wait is finally over. We now have brand new fresh salads. Now, if only we can finally get a certain purple line to finally open up here in the DMV. Am I right? Know what I'm saying? Right? You know, from Bethesda to New Carrollton, purple line, please. We need you, purple line. We need you.